are you there? Are you there?
I am here. We're alive. We're here at Industries here this morning talking to Peter about this large-scale art installation. There are some aspects about this that we cannot speak of. We can't tell you exactly where it's going, but definitely look for it in the province of Alberta. A project in the making for 1 year. So tell me about this and how this came to your plate, Peter.
Well, I'd have to say I'm not really quite sure. It was kind of on the go when I started here, so it's been in the works for quite a while, and still it'll be about a year before it gets installed. So yeah.
It's two different pendulums.
Yep, that's correct. And I guess for this, the unique challenge for this has been the electromagnets and that sort of kinetic element to this project.
Right.
So. In terms of the building, the structure itself, it's pretty standard to what we do, but getting it moving the motion we want and to keep it running the way we want it to, and making sure that when it gets installed, it's always going to work, has been interesting and challenging. An
interesting challenge, physics in the mix there, along with art. So how does the pendulum keep swinging?
Well, basically, there's a magnet in the top part of the pendulum, and in the base, there's 3 electromagnets. And what happens is when the magnet passes over the electromagnets at a certain velocity, it triggers the electromagnets to fire, and it sort of pushes the pendulum so it continually moves or perpetually moves.
Okay. And you've had some challenges with the other pendulum?
Well, with both of them. It's a little easier with this guy because it's longer the distance from the pivot point at the top to the base of the pendulum, but they both kind of worked out. I started with that one, so I think a lot of things we had trouble with there, we had worked out by the time we got to this guy.
Okay, cool. You've had the opportunity to work on some pretty interesting projects, including the traveling light. We have a time lapse. You were actually on site working on this. What was that experience like?
It was interesting. I've never been that high up. I was doing some paint touch-ups and things like that near the end of the install, so that was a little different, but it was fun. It was kind of neat. We do big stuff, but that's a particularly large project. So, yeah.
Absolutely. And what do you like about the project? When you see it, what do you see?
Well, I like that it is sort of out of place and kind of catches your eye. I like the location in terms of its proximity to the airport, and just thinking about how when people fly into the city, this is something that's going to really pop out and catch their eye. I find that pretty neat and interesting.
Interesting. A different perspective from someone who worked on the project, and also the project that inspired your Halloween costume, Tara. Still ahead, we're talking about some of the other inceptions of the traveling light. We'll show you those drawings, and we're also going to show you those huge polar bears that you'll see in Chinook Center this upcoming holiday season.
Very cool.
Super cool.
Cool remote display.